and she said it was pretty awesome.
Oh, they
Yeah.
rowed the boat. Maybe that's because they rowed the boat. I don't know, but
Maybe.
because I didn't have the impression of the bad smelling while I were there.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. Well, let me just ask you this because I was reading about China before. I was thinking maybe I could just go there and stay there.
Mm-hmm.
And according to the reviews, if you do not speak Chinese, the best place for me is Shanghai,
Yeah.
and if
Yes.
I know how to speak Chinese, I could move to Beijing. So let me just ask you this. Can I survive in Shanghai even if I have 0% Chinese? You know? Can I
Um,
just go around, like tour around the area without knowing any Chinese at all?
I think so. But it would be better if you can speak a little bit Chinese.
Chinese.
But because when you walk on the streets, there might be people they don't speak Chinese. I mean the um it depends on the area that you you stay, and if it's the I mean how do I say that? If you're in the city center, uh, I'm sure you could survive because most of the people speak English. Maybe um, not very good one, but when you go to the restaurant, to any stores, that they should be able to communicate with you. But if you are walking on the road and um, actually, I think should be okay too because there are lots of foreigners in Shanghai, and if you want to ask people, the if you how do I say, you need to
If
know
you
where.
want directions.
Yeah, if you want to ask for directions, there are lots of you can tell what are the people they can help you. you know there are some people they don't speak English, but you can tell they don't speak English, so you will ask
How can you
someone.
tell? How can you tell that they can't speak English? Is there a certain image, like how they look like?
Yeah, if they look if they are old and uh,
Okay, older
uh,
generations, most likely they don't speak
yeah,
English.
but for young ones I think all can help.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
I see. Okay, well, that's nice to know. So, just in case I go there, I won't talk to old people then. I should talk to younger people.
uh, I think so. Because
Yeah.
yeah, because in Shanghai there are a lot of dialects too.
Oh, really?
Yes,
So it's not Mandarin.
not
They
just
speak different.
Mandarin. So when we took taxi, um, the drivers always speak different language. I mean, we know they are speaking some dialects, but we don't understand what they are talking about.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Ah, I
And
see.
my daughter kept saying, "Mommy, what are they talking about? What is he talking about?" I say, "I don't know. It's okay."
You have to know. Yeah. Oh, it's so cute. How old is Rosie? 3?
Three.
Wow, she looks so cute with that little Chinese dress that she's wearing.
Oh yes. You can go to in Shanghai there are lots of uh. This is called qipao. The dress is called qipao. It's the traditional Chinese women dress. So I
Uh-huh.
think most of the tourists go to Shanghai and go to the area. They will buy some qipao bag.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Great.
So we
And I heard it's quite cheap over there if you
yes
buy cheap
yes, it's
there.
cheap. It's like 200 to two 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 200 to actually it's
Just
like 1,000 NT dollars. 1,000
1,000
less
NT.
less than 1,000. It's like 200. Oh, 没有那么多. Not that much. Actually, it's 5 to 600 NT
And
dollars.
oh, okay. And if you're gonna buy it in Taiwan, how much would it cost?
I don't see it in Taiwan.
Oh, you don't have it? Because I was like, you should have a comparison why you find it cheap, right?
Oh, yes. They have cheaper version like something in sales. So it will be like
It's on. Uh-huh.
only 100 to 100 to 200, 1 to 200 only. But same
Right.
quality, but they are in sale. So I think that's because
I
they sell this to the tourists, so it gets higher. If it's
more
the locals to buy
expensive.
it,
Right,
it
right.
should be like 1 to 200 NT only, NT
I
dollars.
see.
Yeah.
So before I go there, I need to have that Shanghai accent then. So
Shanghai.
if yeah, like local people, they would have their own way of speaking, right? If I can speak like them, then they would think I'm a local, so everything would be cheaper.
Yes, but you don't look like local.
I passed. Yeah, I could pass. Did I show you my picture?
Yeah. I saw your picture with your another student named Kate.
Yeah, maybe I could pass. I could totally pass. I should just dress like them and talk like them. I don't know how Shanghai people look like though. I mean, how do they dress like?
Um, it's.
Is it different from how Taiwanese look like?
I feel it's different, but you can tell that the in Shanghai there are lots of wealthy people and lots of the poor people because
Uh-huh.
it's a very big city. It's like 2,000 million. 2,000 million.
20 million?
20 million. 20. Yes,
Right.
it's 20 million. Yeah, and people all over China flow into Shanghai to work for a living. But there are a lot of wealthy people who already live there, or they. Anyway, so you can see the big difference. So uh, you can see in Shanghai, you can see lots of people who dress differently. Lot they don't dress like how do I say that?
Uh-huh.
They um with different working levels, they dress differently.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
so
Maybe I should just dress like a poor person so I could get a lot of discounts.
no, because you I think because the area is a tourist area, so if you walk inside there to take a look at the streets or the things, they know you are the tourist.
Right. Okay. Well, maybe I should learn to go to areas where I could get cheaper prices, not tourist area, where the locals go. Where locals buy their stuff. You
Yeah,
got me?
yeah, I know. But
Yeah.
I
Too
don't
bad
know
I don't know
where.
anyone from Shanghai though. I mean, I have some friends who are working in Beijing,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, I don't have friends working in Shanghai.
Mm,
Yeah, on. Yeah,
uh,
most of them work in Beijing.
you really think about going to Shanghai?
No, no, not as of the moment. I just had the idea before because one of my colleague, I was working in this international company, and one of my colleagues, she's a new hire,
Yeah.
and I was helping her with a computer because she does not know how to use a computer, you know.
Huh? She
And she
doesn't
was
know.
pretty old. Yeah.
She doesn't know
She
how
was
to
pretty
use
old.
computer.
Oh no, it's like so funny. I mean, the only thing she knows is how to start the
Oh,
computer. That's
okay.
it. But like, going through whatever that she needs to, to do, she needs to start from the basics. So she was seated beside me, and I had to guide her through a lot of things. And she was kind of like old. She was almost 50 years old. She
Mm-hmm.
was wearing glasses, and I asked her, "Why are you working here? I mean, this company is all about computers. Like, why
Yeah.
did what made you want to work here?" And she told me, "Well, I'm just waiting for my visa for Australia, and I don't want to waste my time, so I might as well work while waiting for my visa." Because I think she was about to marry an Australian.
Ah,
Yeah,
like
she has a
50.
fiance. Yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
she has a Australian fiance, and I think she wants to go to Australia to get married to the guy and stuff. So she was just working on a visa,
Uh-huh.
and she was just, waiting for it. So she wants to work for a few months before going to Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And I was asking her details like how'd she meet this guy, blah blah blah, and she said, "Oh, I used to work in China before, and I met this guy in China, blah blah blah, and now we want to get married, yada yada yada." So I got intrigued. You were working in China, like what were you doing in China? And she said, "Oh, I was an English teacher in China."
Wow. Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I got intrigued and I asked her questions because she was in Beijing. She
Mm-hmm.
told me, "Oh, since you're a foreigner, you would have like high pay if you be working in China. You would even have an interpreter with you anywhere you go. There's a person who would interpret for you. You
Mm-hmm.
have a driver.
Yeah.
They give you an apartment,
Yeah.
and basically everything is almost free. All you have to do is just to pay for your own food, and food in China is very, very cheap." Well, that's what she told me. So
Yeah.
it sounded very nice, So I was like, "Oh, let me see. Maybe I could go to China."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And my daughter's favorite movie before was Karate Kid, the Jackie Chan version of Karate Kid. I'm not sure
Uh-huh.
if you know that.
I don't know.
So Karate Kid, it's about well, the Jackie Chan version. It's about a black boy. You know
Uh-huh.
Will Smith?
Yes. Yes.
Man, but yeah, Will Smith. Will Smith's son, Jaden Smith, his son,
Okay.
when his was just 10, 11 years old, they made this movie called Karate Kid.
Uh-huh.
So this black kid, they did not have a life in America anymore. The father died, blah blah blah, and the mom opted to go overseas to have a new life with her
Mm-hmm.
son because there's no more life for them in America. No
Mm-hmm.
job, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So they traveled all the way to Beijing. So it was a totally new environment for him and his mom.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a hard time making friends, of course, because at first he couldn't speak Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a maintenance guy in the building who was Jackie Chan, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And this kid in school was being bullied by this Chinese kid, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And this kid was so good in martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
So, to cut the story short, Jackie Chan became very good friends with this little kid, and Jackie Chan taught this kid martial arts.
Martial arts.
Yeah, kung fu,
Okay.
like Chinese kung fu. Yes. So, yeah, and that's the story. And my daughter really loves that movie. She likes because she's learning Chinese kung fu at the time. My daughter was doing Chinese kung fu,
I see.
and she loved the movie. And I was like, "Hey, do you want to go to China?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm doing some, like just to get some ideas, if I want to go to China. And I was like, "Yeah, okay. So I guess if I don't speak Chinese, I need to go to Shanghai first."
Yes, yes.
But
Mm.
it was just an idea, I was just trying to read more about it, if it's good or not, and listening to stories from friends who are already working over there.
Mm-hmm.
There were some good stories, some bad stories,
Yeah.
but it went down to I think I don't want to stay in China because of the pollution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, Beijing area, I think it's highly polluted,
Yes,
right?
yes, the air is terrible.
Yes, and I think Shanghai would have it sometimes,
Yes,
and then go, right? So I think it's not really a good environment to raise a kid. You
that's
might get sick.
true. That's true.
So I just, X that plan, just cross it out to my brain. Like, okay, maybe just for a visit, but not to live there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
go for a visit first and see if you like it or not.
that's true. But how about you? Would you like to live in China?
No.
You
I
still
think
like?
I think go for travel is good for me. I mean when we were in Shanghai, my husband keeps saying he doesn't like Shanghai. He doesn't like Shanghai. Like every time, every day, at least one time, and he would say it's too. I don't know. He just doesn't like the atmosphere. But for me, I like Shanghai because I think there are lots of to see. It's very different from Taipei. Taipei is because Shanghai is a very old city, so um you get to see lots of um ancient
Traditional
old buildings,
stuff.
yeah, traditional thing buildings, and the historical sites.
Like,
Yeah,
uh-huh.
but in
Oh,
Taipei,
same
Taipei,
as Tainan, though, right?
sorry.
It's the same with Tainan.
Oh, same with Tainan. Yes, similar. But for Taipei is like you don't see. I know. I don't know. Just there's not much to see. Maybe it's because I stay. I grow up. I was born here and I grew up here, so nothing is new to me. So I would think Taipei is boring. But anyways, Shanghai is much bigger and got lots of things to see. But for living, um I think it's a little hard to live here for me because I heard that Shanghai's house is very expensive.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I don't know
much
about.
more expensive than Taiwan.
It's much higher than in Taipei.
Uh-huh.
In Taipei, the house price is already very high compared to our um, earnings. But in Shanghai, it's much more higher.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so it's
I
hard.
see.
I think it's hard to buy an apartment or a house in Shanghai for us. And except for that, um, Taipei people are more friendly than Shanghai people. Shanghai people.
How can you say? Like, how are Shanghai people?
They are quite strong and um how do I say that?
Uh-huh.
It's because people are floated from everywhere. From the whole China and to Shanghai to work. So everyone is working very hard in order to make a living or to earn a little money. Just so everyone is very. They need to be very strong to
Oh, they're very competitive.
yes, what's the word?
Uh,
What was the word you were
competitive.
talking?
Yeah, just
Purpose.
looking at her. So, they're very okay, competitive. So they're up to competition, like, oh,
Oh,
I should go
competitive.
first.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
They
first.
need to be very competitive and talk loudly, defensively to and um, you know, if there are two people, you can see a lot of you can sometimes you can see fightings, not really fighting, I mean quarrels on the street.
Mm-hmm.
But
Oh, okay.
but but I think that doesn't happen often in in here in Taipei, but in Shanghai, you know, everyone stands for their,
For their rights.
yeah,
Ah, I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
Yes, I was asking a student before, like, everybody speaks Chinese, and for a foreign person, we can't tell the difference,
Mm-hmm.
of the language because everything just sounds Chinese to us, so we can't tell the difference.
Yes.
And I asked them, what's the difference of a Chinese person speaking Chinese, like speaking Mandarin, compared to a Taiwanese person speaking Mandarin?
Mm-hmm.
And she told me, well, for Chinese people, they're very loud, you
Oh
know?
yes, they are
Like,
very loud.
yeah, like Taiwanese would say, 你想要什么? And then Chinese would say, 你想要什么?
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yes.
true?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And when you need a waiter or waitress to help, in Taiwan we will say, 小姐，或者是 or we will say, 先生麻烦 or we would raise our hand to get their notice. But in Shanghai they would say, 服务员，服务员.
Oh.
And
Oh,
you need to speak
Uh-huh.
very loud to get their attention, because there are too many customers and too many, they won't see you if
They won't get
you don't speak
noticed if you
louder.
don't.
Yeah, so sometimes when you are talking
Right?
to them, it's like you are having a quarrel with them.
You're having an argument with
Yeah,
someone.
yeah, having an argument.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just use the word argument because quarrel, it's quite difficult to pronounce, right?
Yeah, yes, quarrel.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Have you tried that, like yelling in public in Shanghai to get noticed?
Yes, in the restaurant, if in you know in Western restaurants, it won't happen. But if you are in a Chinese restaurant, like Cantonese restaurant, because
Uh-huh.
there are lots of tables and lots of things the waiters and waitress need to serve, so they and everyone speak very loud, and you need to talk very loud to get their attentions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, how does it feel when you have to yell in a Is it your first time to yell in a restaurant?
I think so, but because uh, before like 5 years ago, 5 or 7 years ago, when I went there, and in the restaurant I tried to get the I need some tissues, but I was like, hi 服务员, but I said that like 5 times, but I don't know if they were ignoring me, or they just really didn't hear me.
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
anyway, so at that time my friend told me, you have to be strong and speak louder to get their attention. So yeah,
Uh, oh,
I don't like that, you know.
yeah, I don't like it too. It's like you're not a lady anymore if you do
Mhm.
that.
Mhm. Yeah.
In my country, if you do that, they might think you're very rude.
Yes.
Yes. Well, for me, I actually talk softly, especially in public.
Mhm.
So if I want to get the waiter's attention, even if I keep waving my hand and they don't notice me, it's just frustrating if nobody notices you in a restaurant, especially if the restaurant is quite crowded.
Mhm.
So what I do is just go directly to the counter and say, "Excuse me, can I have the bill?" You know,
Mhm. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
or
Yeah.
I
Me
just
too.
get their menu directly. I won't wait for the waiter to give me the menu. I just stand and go directly to the counter and get a menu.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
if I need to order and there's no waiter, everybody is busy, I go to the counter again and I say, "Can I place an order, please?" That's what I do. I don't have to shout. I'll just stand and just go directly and talk to them.
Yeah.
That's how I do it. I think it's easier that way because if you sit there like a princess and waiting for somebody to serve you, which never happens,
Yeah.
you just get so stressed, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Me
So
too.
for me, I just stand.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. It's very similar to, I think, Japanese style from what I've read.
Mm-hmm.
In Japan, it's also what they do. They shout
You
in a
really?
restaurant. Yeah, yeah, that's what I heard. So they said in a restaurant, it's quite noisy. Do not expect servers to approach you, and just by waving your hand. So if you want something, you need to shout like, "One more rice, please." More
Mm-hmm.
noodles, please. Yeah, that's what I do in the restaurants, from what I what I read in Japan. And I watch anime. You know anime?
Anime?
Yeah, Japanese cartoons.
No. No.
Okay, so you know cartoons, right?
Yes. Yes.
So the Japanese cartoons, I like watching Japanese cartoons. And after reading like a blog, about it and ordering in restaurants in Japan, I
Mm-hmm.
was just watching my cartoons, and yeah, I noticed it's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's this character, she was in a restaurant. She was alone. Okay, this character was alone and she was depressed. She was crying. She was heartbroken.
Mm-hmm.
So she was eating ramen. She was heartbroken, like then
Mm-hmm.
ramen. And then after she needed more ramen, and she said, "One more ramen, please."
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I was like, oh, I guess the blog is true. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they actually do that in Japan. Have you been to Japan before, Ariel?
Yes. But I don't have that impression. Think they are. I think that you don't need to talk very loud to get
Um,
get there every
maybe you
time.
have been to the local restaurants. Maybe you were in, nice restaurants, not
Mm,
where the locals go to.
yes, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, the impression if it's Japanese cuisine, it's, small and
yes,
expensive.
yes, yes. Small and expensive.
Yeah, yeah, and not necessarily good tasting, actually.
But some are really good.
And some of them, yeah, like their sweet desserts, cookies and stuff.
Yeah,
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 those are
yeah.
actually. Yes, my mom, when she came from Japan, she brought home a lot of Japanese candies.
Mhm.
I was like, ooh, what are these Japanese candies? Okay, let me try. And all of the Japanese candies were like,
You don't like it?
no, ew, it's disgusting. Like, I don't
Really?
understand. I can't even describe the flavor because, if something is bad, like, too sweet, too sour,
Uh-huh.
too hot. But with the Japanese candy, it's like, it tastes bad. Like, how? I don't know. It just tastes bad. Like, I can't explain. I feel like
Really?
I'm not food. Well,
Some.
some of them, but some of them are okay.
Uh-huh.
Some of them, I don't know what kind of flavor they place in there, but yeah.
But
Um, mhm.
you know what? Taiwan. I mean, I think Japan is the most favorite uh places to go for Taiwanese.
Oh, really?
Yes, and lots of I mean tons I how do I describe the lots of there are lots of people flying to different city of Japan every year in Taipei. So I think Taiwanese probably is the uh, one of the most uh, one of the most um,
Numbers of tourists in
foreigners
Japan.
going to Japan. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and everyone went there everyone likes their, dessert, snacks, cookies, food, everything.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Literally everything. I don't know. Maybe Taiwanese just have just like, maybe that's because Taiwanese was ruled by Japanese before, like 30 years or 50 years, something like that. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, Philippines was, under the Japanese regime in the Second World War.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And I can't see Filipinos really liking Japan so much. Although a lot of my friends, especially in my city, they they like Japanese cartoons, anime. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they like
Yeah.
anime so much that they go for cosplaying. Have you heard the
Yeah,
word
yeah,
cosplay?
cosplay. Yes.
Yeah, so cosplay is quite popular in my city, actually.
Mm.
Yes, my cousins goes for cosplay from time
Wow.
to time. Yes,
So they
and
would
yeah,
dress.
she's like,
She would like.
uh-huh.
She would dress like an anime.
Yeah, yeah. So if I go to their house, my auntie, I was like, Auntie, there's so many shoes in your shoe rack.
Uh-huh.
Like, what are you gonna do with all these shoes? And my auntie was like, I don't know, your cousin. You see, because your cousin always goes for cosplay. She needs all those shoes for her cosplay. And sometimes I would have to, I don't have sleep sometimes. Like, how come you're not sleeping? Because I need to make her costume. Like, why are
Wow.
you making her costume? You should make her costume. I mean, you should let her make her costume.
Yes.
Why? Why is
Yes.
the mommy doing the daughter's costume?
That's
Well,
true.
because sometimes she didn't know what to do, and she would say, "Mommy, can you help me?" So I would
Wow.
just really, like, literally, my auntie would make a costume for her,
Oh my
and I was
God.
like, "Oh gosh." So um, sometimes if I need something, like I need to attend a wedding or whatsoever, and I don't have time for shopping,
Uh-huh.
shopping take a lot of time. You have to try on some dresses.
Yes.
You need to look for a good price. It would, and girls, if they go shopping, it would take the whole day.
Yes.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't really have time to go shopping. I went to one shop, but nothing fits me or nothing is good on me. I guess it fits me, but it doesn't look good on me, so I don't like it. I have to go to the other shop, and I don't really have time to finish shopping. So I would always think of my cousin, like, hey, cousin, like, do you have a dress good for a wedding over there? And yeah, I would always be surprised. She would always have a dress. So I'd say, yeah, sure, coming over. And I would also ask, do you have matching shoes for this? And yep, she matching shoes for it. I was like, wow, it's amazing. It's, I guess, the advantage of having a cousin, like a cosplayer cousin.
Uh-huh.
You would always have clothes for whatever occasion. Yeah, costumes and stuff.
Funny.
Yeah, so that's about it, with the Japanese and my country.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it, if I come to think about it, Ariel,
Mm-hmm.
how I wish the Americans did not help us fight the Japanese. Because, yeah, because the Americans helped us fight the Japanese.
Yeah.
They, hence the bombing of Nagasaki and Hiroshima, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombing, which just wiped out a huge population of Japanese people, so Japanese people had to back out, right?
Yeah.
So because the Americans helped helped the Filipinos fight the Japanese people, the Japanese flew the country, and like flew out of the country and just let us be.
Mm-hmm.
If only Japanese people stayed in the Philippines,
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing the Philippines should be the economy should be better. Or the country should look nicer, because I'm looking at the Philippines infrastructure. It just sucks. It really sucks. But whatever roads that the Japanese built in this country since the 1900s,
Mm-hmm.
it still looks nice up to now. It looks nice. The buildings that the Japanese built in this country, it's still here, you know. It looks very nice.
Yeah.
But the infrastructures, like the roads, bridges, or whatsoever the Filipinos are building, it wouldn't last 20 years. Before 20 years, it's bad already, you know.
Okay. I see.
So, yeah, thinking maybe the Philippines would look nicer if the Japanese didn't leave. Yeah. So bad, right? I'm saying, I'm just saying. I know they did a lot of bad things. It's just that they're so brutal, you know?
Brutal.
Yeah, if I say brutal, the word brutal. Brutal is like they're very yeah, bad, but if you say brutal, it's more like superly bad, like very cruel,
Uh-huh.
you know? Like, yeah, like you could say like very cruel. Like we have the term inhumane,
Mm-hmm.
okay? If you say inhumane, it's not human anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're treating humans like animals.
Mm-hmm.
You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, they were very brutal, very inhumane, you know, when they were here. My grandfather, I told you my grandfather is Chinese, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And during the Japanese time, he killed 9 Japanese soldiers. My grandfather.
Wow.
Yeah, and before he killed the 9 Japanese soldiers, these Japanese soldiers actually made him suffer. Like they made him, according to my grandfather, they made him drink tons of water, like a
Ew.
lot of water. Yeah, they made him drink a lot of water, and then after letting him drink a lot of water, they had him lie on the floor, and then they were jumping on his stomach.
Oh.
Yeah,
Why? Why?
that's what,
Why did they do that to him?
because they're brutal that way.
Uh.
That's how they. That's how Japanese were, and that's the reason why um, a lot of Filipinos didn't like them,
Uh-huh.
and they asked help from the Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, America helped, you know. So yeah, I think it's the same in your country. I think it's also what they were doing. Maybe you haven't heard, like detailed stories of how Japanese people are, but that's how bad they are.
Mm-hmm.
You see, they don't mind dying. Japanese people, they don't
Mm-hmm.
mind dying. They could even kill themselves just like that. They
Mm-hmm.
don't mind dying. These are the kind of people they are. So in war, it's quite difficult to fight, the Japanese, because they could just go for you, like keep going, going, going after you, and they don't mind if you keep shooting bullets at them because they would still go after you even if
Mm-hmm.
even if they're hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they are. They don't mind dying. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, and a lot of stories. I think did I show you the picture of the hotel ruins that me and my daughter went to before?
No.
Okay, we went to this ruins. Okay, it's in my city actually. Hold on, let me show you a picture. Hold on. So this is a famous place in my city where ghost hunters would go. Yeah,
Oh,
ghost hunters.
Ghost Hunter.
Like, do you see the picture?
Um, yes, now.
You see it now?
Yeah, just saw it.
Okay, so that's a hotel before. Okay, it was a hotel, but it was abandoned.
Uh-huh.
And you go through the history of this hotel. This hotel was actually used by the Japanese soldiers to torture people,
Oh,
especially priests and nuns. Priests
yes.
and nuns.
Uh-huh.
Okay, they would torture priests and nuns. They would tie them. They would, I don't know how they torture them, just brutal ways of torturing people,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and yeah, so that's the reason why, according to a lot of people living close to the area, they would claim that they would hear noises in the hotel sometimes. They would hear people, talking or crying in the hotel. And some people who were taking pictures in the hotel before, they would see like ghostly figures in the hotel.
Oh,
Well, here's in the hotel, there was nothing.
there's
Yeah, I didn't see
nothing.
any. What?
Sorry, you said.
I saw nothing. There was nothing in
Oh,
the
you saw
pictures,
nothing.
you know.
Okay.
Yeah, there was nothing. But some of my friends who went there before, because it wasn't open to the public since recently.
Mm-hmm.
Before, when I was in high school, me and my friends would like to visit the hotel, and there are a lot of security telling us, "Oh, this is private property. You can't get
Uh-huh.
in," you know.
Uh-huh.
But eventually they opened it to the public. It was like a tourist area already because I get, maybe they noticed a lot of people wants to see,
Mm-hmm.
so they just decided to open it, you know, for the public to
Mm-hmm.
see. So it's actually nice inside, you know. It has that ruined feeling. Like if you go to Cambodia, like you
Uh-huh.
go see the Angkor Wat temple, right?
Uh-huh.
In
Angkor
Cambodia,
Wat.
it's the same. Yeah, it's kind of like the same feeling, you know, like, oh, once upon a time, this hotel was alive, you know, blah,
Mm-hmm.
blah, blah. So, yeah, it's quite nice.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't spooky. It doesn't look spooky or feel spooky.
For some people, they find it spooky, but for me, who went to visit, I find it nice. Yeah, I
Okay.
like it. Hold on, let me show you some pictures. Let me go to Facebook first. Yeah, because I already deleted it in my phone. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's taking up so much space. So, wait, where are those pictures? Oh, hold on. Oh, I would have to. Yeah, I'll call you back so I could share my screen. Okay.
Okay.
All right, hold on. Not so much. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, so I'll share my screen to you. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. From. Oh, it.
You see it now?
No, I don't see it. And I can hear you clearly.
But you don't see my screen?
No.
No. Maybe I'll just download it.
And
Yeah.
I cannot hear you.
All right, I'll call you back.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, okay. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see the picture, but can you see the picture?
Uh,
Or
mm,
not?
I see you sent something through, but it's
There's nothing, no?
uh-huh. It's nothing. There's nothing.
Hold on, let me see if I could paste it on the, oh, really? Oh, I have to download everything. Okay, it's okay. Hold on. I'll just show you one. I'll show you this. And wait. I just want you to see some of the inside. Uh, wait. Or is that? Maybe this one.
I wonder
Oh,
why sometimes you can share your screen with me, but sometimes it doesn't work.
I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea. Yes. Wait. This is the problem if, you know. Yeah, I like taking pictures. So when I went to this hotel, I was like, I saw the opportunity to take very good pictures, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not really very good, but I mean, nice, nice places to take pictures of, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I kind of like it. All right, I guess that's okay. I'll go to. All right, I'll send it on Skype. I'm not sure if I got it all. Okay. So this, this. Okay. I sent you several pictures on.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the hotel actually.
Wow.
Yeah. See?
Wow, you're a very good photographer.
Oh, thank you.
You take
Yeah.
good photos.
Yeah, so those are the pictures that I've taken from the hotel. It's actually quite cool. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Ariel, I'm sorry. I have to let you go.
Oh, oh
Okay.
yeah, it's
I didn't know time. So
okay.
I'll let you go and I'll just talk to you again on Friday.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. So you have a nice day.
Yep. You too.
Thank you. All right. Bye.
Bye bye.